Yeah, it's your boy Mysonne, B Cross's finest, NY General. Salute me and shoot me. I'm chilling with my boy Kevin Reese at the New England Music Seminar. We out here, coming out here to support the whole music thing.
Kevin W. Reese.
So my man right here is on the block. It's real heavy. How do you think the whole internet kind of changed things, man?
I think that the internet basically puts your career and your life in your own hands. Basically the whole record label and situation is becoming obsolete because the artist has the opportunity to speak directly to his fan base and to target his own fan base and know where they are and know who's listening to him and get direct comments from them to see who's feeling what and whatever. So I think it basically gives you more power.
Yeah, it's almost like ending up on World Star or Vlad TV or This Is 50 is almost sometimes more effective than getting your record played on the radio.
It's definitely more effective because the radio just hits a certain region. When the websites hit worldwide, like you get comments from people from Africa, Asia who never heard Hot 97 or 105.1, who's never been in New York, but they know you. So like you branch out and you touch a whole different demographic,
What's your plan right now? Where are you at right now, and where do you want to be, say, in the next year or so?
I mean, right now, I just feel like I'm building a brand. Like I'm building my own brand. I'm creating my own lane. I think everybody's driving in the same lane in music right now, and that's why it's stagnated because it's all superficial. Everything is how much money you got, how many girls you got, how much you party. Like that's good, but I just think that's the whole focus of where hip hop is, and I think that's what is decline. I think my whole thing is that there's life outside of those things, and even though those are things that we want, of course, everybody wants to have fun. We want to have girls, we want to have money, but we got to focus on more things. That's what made hip hop so essential before, because the artist was giving their heart. They was pouring their heart into their music, and I just think that my plan is to put that back into hip hop. Right. It's going to be a longer path, but it's going to be definitely more beneficial because people connect. Making the connection with the fan, to me, is more important than getting your record played on the radio or getting radio spins or, getting the record there. I want to make direct connection to the fan.
The beauty of hip hop, music in general, is you don't have to be this huge star that gets the record played every hour. You can be an underground artist and you can cake off of merchandise. Exactly. You can cake off of shows, and say what you want on the records. Is that the goal, or are you or is the goal to be, a huge star household name?
I mean, at the end of the day, I would like to ultimately become a huge star, but I don't want to do it in the format that they're telling me that I have to, because I don't think that's how Jay-Z became a huge star. I don't think DMX became a huge star that way. I don't believe that Biggie and Tupac became huge stars that way, because I just think that right now they're trying to moderate our music and to a certain degree censor the message. They trying to take the reality out the music and just give us all fantasy, and that's not my formula to be the household name. I think that the reality, the hard things, when people connect with you because you actually done something that they've been through and you explain that, or when you connect to somebody and you tell them that it was times that you didn't eat, and you connect to somebody because we've all been through things, life experiences, and I think that when you give that in your music, that there's no way that they can stop that. So that's going to make you a household name. That's going to make you the big star, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Now, what do you tell somebody that's an up-and-coming artist that actually says that, say, $100 is too much to come to an event like this New England Music Seminar? What do you tell somebody like that?
I mean, it depends on what you're trying to invest in yourself. If you don't think that you're worth $100, then that's on you. I can't, it's anything that you do, you have to invest in. I don't care, even if you're an independent artist and you're not signed to a label, you have to spend your money to put your message out. You have to invest in your own product. You have to build your own brand. So if you can't spend $100 to come to a seminar, to get information, to network with other artists who are definitely on the same path and the same mental wave as you, then I don't know how you expect to benefit in this game.
I appreciate you coming down. It's definitely a good opportunity to rub some elbows. Some important people in there, licensing, publishing, digital folks. The industry is completely changing. It's not about just getting your record played on the radio anymore. There's so many other avenues. Like you said, the internet is a whole nother lane.
It's huge. The internet is huge right now, and I dropped a video called "F the Industry" like 3 days ago, and it's taking off so viral right now. Like, you know, I'm getting calls from Premiere and everything. Like, yo, this video is retarded. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I'm in China right now, and I just seen your video. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the industry is huge. I mean, the internet is huge right now.
I think that YouTube views are the new radio spin.
Basically, it is, because when you get to a certain YouTube spin, the A&Rs contact you, so they don't even pay attention to how many radio spins you got no more. Because radio is political right now. It's about who pays them the most, so they know that the DJs or what relationships they have with the artists, so they know that.
And not only that, they got the new rating system, the PPM, so that changes the whole landscape of radio for artists because there's not enough airspace. There's not enough airspace. So the programmers want to get that hit Jay-Z record on, that hit Mary J record on. So there's becoming less and less space for
somebody else to come up. It's like the artists. Like I have a lot of like relationships with a lot of DJs, and we have this conversation. They feel like there is a conflict. They're like, yo, I want to do this, but I can't. You know, I want to be able to play this, but I can't. They like now is before the DJs used to break a record. Now they don't want you to give them the record until it's already broke. So it's like, what do I need you for then?
Right.
If I got to break my own record and do I don't need you. Right. You make the DJs don't realize when they do that, they make themselves obsolete. They make themselves interchangeable because now they can just put anybody in your space because you really not bringing anything to the art. If you're not a DJ that's known for breaking records or has an ear for hit records, then what do I need you? I could just put anybody in there to play records. You know what I'm saying? So this
some super real talk right now.
So that's,
you got to put the word super in front of that.
you know, so it is what it is, man. But you know, I see that right now the world is calling for substance. Like you could trick them so much. Like I watched the BET Hip Hop Awards and I was outraged. Like it just looked. I didn't even know what that was supposed to be.
And then they followed it up with that list. Did you hear about the list?
I was actually there with Vlad when they made the list, when they was arguing over the list, and it just was like, but see, the list so much is not, the list is a problem, but you have to realize what the list is based off. The list is based off the intricate parts because this is what the people see. The people only, because they got this list was based on them doing polls worldwide and taking the top 15 people that they said was hot from the world. But this is the problem is that this is the only people that the world is getting. This is the only people that they're being known to. Like, it's so many hot artists and you don't even know them. Right. Or the artists that we know is hot, they're not even getting exposure. So it's like the problem is what the people are getting. It's not the fact that the people are voting. The problem is that if the people don't know about it and they haven't heard it, then you can't get mad at them. They only gonna vote for what they know.
Right. And that comes from the labels to radio, really, right? The 12-year-old kid goes by what they hear on the radio. So if they're fed, you know, Jay-Z or Nelly or whoever, then that's all they're thinking, or Wayne or Drake, that's all they're thinking. They're not thinking of Immortal Technique or, you know, Joe Budden or whoever that's, you know, doing their thing on the underground, and I think it's a big problem. What do you think?
Of course it's a problem, man. These are phenomenal artists. But the thing is that these are, when you mention those names, they are embedded in hip-hop. Without the universal push, without the promotion, they are embedded in hip-hop. They can go to any state and they do their own shows. They have their own following, a cult following.
Talib Kweli.
Exactly. Like when you think about Talib, like Talib is doing more shows than these top artists you're saying. He has way more of a following. You know, people like him and Lupe, they have followings that you don't even know, but you don't hear them on the radio. So it's telling you that the radio is becoming
obsolete. Yep.
So, you know what I'm saying? It really doesn't make a difference. Like, even when you look at artists that I don't feel, when you look at a lot of the South artists, they not on the radio. They didn't start on the radio. They started just doing their own towns and getting their own following. It's about building your own brand and your own following. You know.
I always say, it sounds cliche and corny, but that old Field of Dreams movie, man, you build it, they will come.
Exactly.
Just that simple.
Just that simple.
I appreciate the time, man.
All right, definitely.
Kevin W. Reese.